Mr. Chairman, Professor Kila, our special guests, distinguished discussants, and our moderators, especially the Chief Moderator, Professor Chinedu, Nebo, and Professor Udenta. Members of the Fourth Estate of the Realm, ladies and gentlemen, I must begin this speech by thanking God for the grace to be here today. In normal times, we should always show appreciation to our Creator for every day we live. But these are abnormal times, and therefore we must show extraordinary gratitude to God for deliverance from COVID-19, from terrorists, from bandits and kidnappers. This must enter our daily prayer. Thanks to God that we're alive on a day like this. I believe it is also in order to pay tribute to the organizers of the National Dialogue, the Igbo Leadership Development Foundation, ILDF. I only got to know about the existence of this group just a short while ago, and have been impressed by their intellectual output, as evidenced by the number of books they have published and their tenacity in pursuing a purpose. Their dedication and commitment to driving this cause on how to make this great nation achieve its manifest destiny is praiseworthy. Today's dialogue, I believe, is in line with this mission and represents a major effort in the ongoing search for how to return Nigeria from the brink once more. Challenge of insecurity. On 22nd of April 2021, I, under my auspices as the convener of the New Nigeria Group, called a conference or a press conference on what I termed the worsening security crisis in our country. Time to de-escalate and convoke a National Consultative Assembly. Permit me, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, to reproduce the statement I read to the media on that day, because it says all I will say about security. This is what I read. I said, hear this from the Channels TV of 10 p.m. news on the 21st of April 2021. Bandits attack four Zamfara villages, kill 30 locals. Bandits kill one, raise military camp in Niger. Gunmen kill 2 officers in attack on Enugu police station. 1 killed during attack on private university in Kaduna. Gunmen attack private university in Kaduna, kidnap students. This was only on the stated date, that's on the 21st of April. Similar news was a day before, a week before, a month before, and many, many months earlier. And it will not be unreasonable to expect similar news tomorrow. If this is not standing, it will not be to expect similar news tomorrow. And that tomorrow was yesterday. I listened to Channels News yesterday, it was similar. And every other news, it was the same reporter of killings, mass destruction. This one was in Plateau, and then in other parts of the country. So I said, if this is not turning to anarchy, I need someone to tell me what is happening. If this does not resemble a nation at war with itself, then tell me what it looks like. Trouble in the land. We have been traveling this road for many years now. First, we called it Boko Haram. Then they became bandits, and then kidnappers. Soon they became militant Fulani herdsmen, and later IPOB. First it was in the northeast, then moved to the northwest, later to the north central, then onto southwest, and south-south, and now southeast. Flood solution. With fire spreading all over Nigeria, many Nigerians think that the only solution is to deploy more police, create more community policing, deploy more soldiers, give more money to the police, give more money to the army, buy more arms, and buy more military equipment. That seems to be the way many Nigerians, especially our leaders, seem to be thinking. It's all matter of arms, ammunition, soldiers, police, and all that. Others, who on the other side, prescribe more ethnic or religious militias, more Amoteku, more Hisba, more Ibubagu, more vigilante, more hunters, and more private security outfits. Every day, large catch of arms and ammunition are imported and some smuggled into this country to arm all these state and non-state actors who are agents of violence. Soon, everyone will be bearing arms in Nigeria, and the end may be worse than the beginning. We are getting overwhelmed by the rise of non-state militant actors, and we need to stop trying to treat only the festering symptoms. But I believe we should also deal with the root cause. I'm not opposed to treating symptoms because you need some temporary relief, but we need to look at the root cause. What's the fundamental cause of this problem? There was a time we didn't have up to 50,000 soldiers or 50,000 policemen, and yet our country was not like this. So it's not just not having enough police or not having enough military men. Something is wrong. And I believe that there are three things, in my opinion, or four things. First is the cry for injustice. Second is the evident inequity. Second is the potent unfairness in several facets of the distribution and responsibilities and allocation of national resources, etc. People are feeling unfairly treated, justifiably or not. And that's the truth. The second is unemployment through poverty. This, in my opinion, must be the fundamental root causing what we are seeing that is being presented as this total violent responses that is causing this unmitigated insecurity. While it will take some time to deal with unemployment and poverty by having and implementing a new and aggressive economic order, we can immediately remove all the injustice, all the inequity, and the unfairness in our polity. That is within our hands. It's something we can do. So that is my view, and that, in my view, will help calm the situation. More police and more army only will not. See how police and army barracks, including their personnel, are being attacked all over Nigeria, even when we have new military chiefs and new IGP. See how our government officials, our state and federal, are being largely distracted by burgeoning insecurity problems across the nation. Urgent call. Mr. Chairman, our distinguished moderators, ladies and gentlemen, my call, which I made on the 22nd of April, is to request our political leaders to immediately convoke a national consultative assembly of all the ethnic nationalities and the fathers of the nation to discuss how to calm the nation, starting with addressing all the issues of injustice, real or perceived, outlined above. Stitch in time saves 9. For many years, calls for state and community policing were ignored. Now we are arming all kinds of militia. Let us listen to the citizens and quickly respond to their needs and worries. It will be cheaper than buying more arms to kill, essentially, Nigerians. Money that should be used to build sorely needed economic and social infrastructure is being wasted on buying arms and other military equipment to kill mostly Nigerians. Both the state actors and non-state actors, majority are Nigerians. May God grant our leaders the humility and wisdom to take actions that will de-escalate this worsening security crisis in our situation. I come from a locality in Aruchukwu. If suddenly things begin to go wrong in the community, the women are being raped, robbery all over the place, houses are being broken, the elders gather together in the Obi, and they said, Dianyi, what is going on? How come it's a community like this? What has happened? This is not the way we used to be. And the one elder will speak. I saw one walk out for carrying plantain the other day. I saw the other person come with 2 motorbikes into the community. You begin to get intelligence. And before they leave from that meeting, they have decided what to do to sort out their problem. Nigerian elders can be sitting down here, and Nigeria is burning. And we're saying, bring more soldiers, bring more arms, bring more police, buy more militia. That is not, it's not going to last. We'll turn this country into a completely militarized nation. And I don't think it's going to serve us well. Because someday, those who are arming today may use it against us in some other circumstances. We have seen it happen in Libya. We have seen it happen in Iraq and in other countries of the world. I pray it doesn't happen here in Jesus' name. From the above, you can see that there's nothing to add except to say that since I made the call, many other persons and groups, including the Southern governors and the PDP governors, have joined in calling for a national discourse to see how we can bring this growing national madness to an end. And my prayer is that our leaders will heed this call. Now let me move to rotation of presidential power for national unity. I had opined in the previous section of this speech that the prevalent injustice, inequity, and unfairness may be contributing to the national security issues. Let me state that nothing justifies any act of criminality or malfeasance, certainly not the magnitude we are facing. However, having said this, I'm of the firm belief that in any community, state or nation, strenuous efforts must be made to ensure harmony. When people are unhappy because they feel discriminated against, unjustly treated, or made to feel that they do not belong, then that community or nation cannot be at peace with itself. People respond to matters differently, from mild to the drastic. Secondly, for a nation to grow and become globally competitive, it needs all hands on deck, pulling in one direction. Disgruntled, unhappy, or demotivated citizens do not put up their best. Therefore, any country that desires sustainable growth must do all in its power to build unity. Unity, like love, cannot be forced or decreed. Forced unity or love does not last. It soon unravels. The unity between a slave master and a slave will one day break down. I do not think that this is the type of unity we desire in Nigeria. It should be unity of citizens with equal rights, where everybody is treated equally before the law, and where each citizen derives equitable benefits in belonging together. Therefore, for unity to endure, there must be justice, equity, and fair play. Take this away, then the unity crumbles. Since 1970, you keep hearing to keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. Nigerian unity is not negotiable. Nigerian unity is not discussable. Ladies and gentlemen, why should that be a recurring issue? Why shouldn't we take Nigerian unity as settled matter? And yet every 4 years, everyone discussing as if we're going to break up. How can we continue the same thing and expect a different result? I believe it was for this reason that the framers of the 1999 Constitution introduced the concept of federal character. The Constitution recognized that we are a country of diverse ethnic nationalities spread out into the federating units, currently captured in the Constitution as states. Since 1989, these states are grouped into 6 geopolitical zones for the purpose of ensuring fair representation and spread in the allocation of national responsibilities and resources. The essence of the federal character is to ensure inclusiveness and equity. No single group should dominate our public service, including the political offices. This way, we can give each group a sense of belonging and acceptance as citizens with equal status. So, in my opinion, the concept of zoning is derived from the federal character provision in the Constitution. It will be against the spirit of federal character for one group to dominate the office of the president, or even that of the governor at the state level. These are single offices that can only be occupied by one person at a time. The federal character principle then, as applied to these single person offices, means that occupancy of these offices must rotate from one group or region to another. To insist otherwise will be a vitiation of the federal character principle. To insist otherwise, which then means that when the current president from Katsina State, part of the Northwest region, completes his term in 2023, he can be replaced by another person from Katsina State or from the Northwest region if there was no exclusion or zoning arrangement. That will be resented by other regions and will elicit reactions that may further imperil the unity of Nigeria. Those who argue that zoning is not necessary or that it is not constitutional are being clever by half, with due respect. It is both necessary and constitutional. And for a multi-ethnic country, it is imperative. Insisting otherwise will mean that certain minority groups in Nigeria will never taste gubernatorial or presidential power. If we just felt they let those who can vote more, let it be just by a contest of voting, we have majority. Then you rule in perpetuity. And when you rule in perpetuity, the forces you generate that will cause disunity do not cry. You can't beat a child and say, do not cry. You cannot beat in the bush and come out and say, who is beating the bush? If you say you want to rule perpetually, go ahead and rule, but then face the consequences of disunity that will follow if you have a federation. Therefore, all those who truly want the unity of Nigeria must insist that we respect the spirit of the federal character principle as enshrined in the Nigerian Constitution, which when applied to the office of the president connotes rotation. As of today, the Southeast region is the only region that has not held executive office as the president or prime minister of the nation in a democratic setting. Many patriotic Nigerians from the north and south, east and west have raised up their voices to demand that for justice, equity, and fair play, the office of the president of Nigeria should be zoned to the southeast. Engineer Mohammed Abagana, former minister of the FCT, and who is chairman of this event, the co-chairman, is one of the strongest voices on this just demand. And indeed, thank you. And indeed, no one in my view can make a better case than him. Permit me, therefore, to quote from his recent speech delivered at the PAMPIEC event held on the 29th of April 2021. I quote Engineer Abagana. My support for the Nigerian president of Igbo extraction in 2023 is based on the following 10 well-thought-out analysis of the facts and matters in our dear country. 1, we definitely need Nigerian president of Igbo extraction in 2023 if we at all care about and want justice and fairness in our political processes and governance affairs across the board in order for our dear country to endure in peace and unity with security and prosperity, all inclusive and where nobody and no group is left behind. 2, the Igbo ethnic group is surely the most enterprising ethnic group in Nigeria. In spite of their size, the third in population, their widespread presence all over the country, and as patriotic investors and change agents and innovators wherever they find themselves. But somehow, they were never opportune like their peers, the other two large ethnic groups, the Hausa, Fulani, and the Yoruba, to be head of government like the position of the prime minister or the president. It was the death of President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua which created the timely opportunity for the minority Ijaw ethnic group to produce President Goodluck Jonathan to win for the first time. Late General Ironsi's 6 months leadership is just a footnote in Nigeria's history. It was unsettled government which burned out in transition like meteorite or shooting star. I don't consider it as proper Igbo leadership in Nigeria. 3, as stakeholders and as citizens of Nigeria who live in almost every of the 774 LGAs of Nigeria, they, the Igbo, have legal and constitutional right to aspire and get elected to the highest office position of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. 4, it is really a matter of worry that an enterprising ethnic group like the Igbo, the third largest in population in the country, with immense intellectual, human, business, industrial, educational and other achievements, capital and capacities, and just because of bad politics and subterfuge cannot produce elected head of government at the federal level over a period of 60 years. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not my words. I'm quoting Engineer Mohammed Abagana. Therefore, in keeping with recent progressive position taken by the Northern Elders Forum that the people of the North will not vote along ethnic, religious, and regional lines in 2023, but will vote for the best candidate who is prepared to develop the North, has created great hope. Here is a silver lining or great political breakthrough. 5, if late Azikiwe and late Tafawa Balewa will cooperate and form government, the present generation of politicians should waste no time, effort in acrimonious politics and direct their attention to politics of cooperation, collaboration, and development. Thank you. That is the way forward. The 19 states of the North should therefore carefully prepare their development needs for the attention of the coming Nigerian president of Igbo extraction. Political leaders from both sides have almost 2 years to discuss and agree. For some unknown reason, since this 1999 democratic dispensation, our politicians have not properly focused on real human development, infrastructure development, and wealth creation, but dwelt on superficial, egocentric projects which did not transform the economy and properly benefit the people. 6, therefore, for the sake of justice, fairness, and brotherhood in this new democratic dispensation, Nigerians, particularly from the 19 northern states, irrespective of their religion, ethnicity, and even political background, should come together as one united people to elect a Nigerian president of Igbo extraction to heal all the wounds of years past once and for all. 7, again, it's a very important tool in modern management and governance in general that we should always give hope to all the diverse peoples of our great country by ensuring that nobody and no group is permanently left behind. Therefore, let us today, that was 29th of April 2021, we can reiterate it today, the 25th day of May 2021, make 2023 the Igbo year in Nigeria. Those who agree, please say yes. Yes. Those who do not agree are now consulting, and they will agree later on. 8, also the mood of the times and common sense favors Nigerian president of Igbo extraction in 2023. In fact, electing Nigerian president from the other ethnic groups in 2023 will appear highly selfish, unpatriotic, and insensitive political action. This is because democracy without justice and fairness and common sense to moderate it will lead to chaos and all sorts of crises. So please take note of this fact and wisely avoid moving against the grain. 9, again, there is simply no convincing overriding reason in the public domain to deny the Igbo the presidency in 2023. It's legitimate to ask today, what are the track records of the other presidential aspirants from the other ethnic groups that can make them defeat aspirants from the South Zone or the Igbo Zone? I'm honestly acting as an external examiner, and I will not fail a good candidate deliberately. I am sure the Southeast geopolitical zone will, this time around, present their best aspirants to Nigerians. I know the Igbo are good in business matters, but they are also second to none in all fields of human endeavor, at least if in Nigeria, if not all over the world. And number 10, there is the saying that it is difficult to stop an idea whose time has come. Oh God, our creator and sustainer, we are praying to you to make 2023 the year Nigerian president of Igbo extraction will emerge. I have just quoted a very distinguished, detribalized, civilized, urbane nationalist, visionary, Engineer Mohammed Abagana, former FCT minister, and a member of the Board of Trustees of PDP, I think. Let me conclude now. Mr. Chairman, distinguished discussants, our distinguished moderators, distinguished guests, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, beautiful mothers here and there, gentlemen of the press, our country cannot continue to remain in the current conundrum. It has long been coming and seems to have come to a head now. A nation so blessed of God has become the poverty capital of the world. A nation facing unemployment crisis of unimaginable proportions. For 3% youth unemployment, 22% underemployment. Add the two of them together, you're getting about 65% of our youth not doing meaningful work. 42 of them are not doing anything. 22 of them are just managing, like a graduate being a gate man, riding Okada, doing kind of menial job, we say he's doing some work. A nation with one of the highest misery indices in the world. We have a misery index of 50.6, which means that half of Nigerians are miserable. These are not my figures. They are figures of the National Bureau for Statistics, or check them out on the internet. And a nation that has lately become a killing field, where human lives are wasted daily by state and non-state actors, and where innocent blood is shed daily. Our country showed so much promise at independence and was seen as the beacon of hope for the black man in Africa. Now we have become the butt of jokes, and many Nigerians and non-Nigerians have given up on Nigeria, seeing the situation to be hopeless. But I'm here, by the grace of God, to say that this country is not only redeemable, but as a matter of few years will rise from the present ashes to become a global leader. Nigeria will become a first world, a nation that is globally respected and is at peace with itself. A nation that will eliminate the current 4 demons terrorizing our nation. These 4 demons are poverty, corruption, injustice, and insecurity. By 2023, with the help of God and the enthronement of a president of Nigeria from the southeast, God will give us all the machinery, all the equipment that we need to dethrone and take away poverty from our land. Reduce corruption to levels that you will not notice them anymore. Create a country of justice, equity, and fair play. A country that will work for the north, for the south, the east, the west. A country that will work for the poor, the weak. It will work for the rich and the poor, the strong and the weak. A country where you feel, just as we're all seated here, and we are all feeling equal and welcome in this meeting. That's the nation we're looking for. We are going to enthrone a new Nigeria that will not be known, or that will be known not for drug peddling, not for fraud or 419, not for Yahoo, not for kidnapping, not for terrorism. But we're going to enthrone a nation that is known as knowledgeable or knowledge-seeking and knowledgeable nation, that is industrious, creating and exporting products and services than just being a consuming nation. Nation of people of integrity, where justice is made available for the poor and the rich, the weak and the strong. A nation of free and patriotic citizens who enjoy equal rights and are treated with equity and fairness. And finally, a nation of godly people who truly fear God, enthroning righteousness in governance. This will be a nation where unity will not be preached by words only, or by threats, but by action and by deeds. This will be a nation where its leaders are truly patriotic, visionary, selfless, competent, and of good character. And additionally, are courageous enough to stand for the truth. That is the new Nigeria that is about to be bettered. Welcome on board. Thank you, and God bless you. you.